The Galactic Council watched in stunned disbelief as the human commanded his furry beast to heal, a supposedly impossible feat that sent shockwaves through the assembled alien delegates and rewrote the very fabric of their reality. That human is actually talking to an animal, their most shocking ability yet as a species, Marek remarked to the group of wide-eyed young Lurians gathered before him. The elderly historian's reptilian eyes sparkled as he recounted the momentous events. Little did we know it was about to reshape the entire balance of power. For centuries, the Council had dismissed humanity as primitive and beneath their notice, an unremarkable collection of warring tribes confined to their isolated planet. But everything changed when the human diplomat Carl Dixon strode into the council chamber on Zephyria, a dog called Max at his side. As Dixon approached, the furry creature suddenly snarled at the Lurian delegation. The telepathic reptilians recoiled in shock as Dixon made a series of gestures and utterances. Instantly, Max returned to the man's side, calm and obedient. Marek leaned forward. This was the first time any species had meaningfully communicated with a non-sentient life form. It challenged our beliefs about intelligence itself, and it put humanity in a position of immense power, perhaps enough to take control of the Council itself, a fact that terrified many. The historian's voice lowered to almost a whisper. Some say a secret cabal immediately began plotting to eliminate this human before he could consolidate his political advantage. Dixon would have to act fast to secure humanity's ascendance, or risk this momentous opportunity turning into humanity's downfall. Murmurs of astonishment and disbelief rippled through the council chamber as Dixon stepped forward. He cleared his throat and spoke, his voice carrying a confidence that belied the gravity of the situation. "Esteemed members of the Council," he began, "what you have just witnessed is but a small example of humanity's long history of domesticating and communicating with various animal species. This practice dates back thousands of years on our planet." Marek, the elderly Lurian historian, interjected. This revelation sent shockwaves through the galactic community. No other species had ever managed to establish such a deep connection with non-sentient life. Ambassador Zaltar, the leader of the Lurian delegation, stood up abruptly. "This is preposterous. We demand a further demonstration of this alleged ability." Dixon nodded, a hint of a smile playing at the corners of his mouth. "Of course, Ambassador. Max, come." The dog trotted over to its master's side, tail wagging. Dixon pointed to a nearby table, upon which sat an assortment of items. "Max, retrieve the blue sphere." Without hesitation, Max bounded over to the table, sniffed among the objects, and gently picked up the blue sphere in its mouth. The dog then returned to Dixon's side and deposited the item at his feet. "Now navigate the obstacle course," Dixon commanded, gesturing to a series of hurdles and tunnels that had been set up in the corner of the chamber. Max sprang into action, leaping over the hurdles with ease and crawling through the tunnels without so much as a pause. The council members watched in amazement as the dog completed the course flawlessly, guided only by Dixon's voice and hand signals. Ambassador Zaltar, visibly unsettled, turned to Dixon. "How is this possible?" Dixon smiled. "It's a process we call training. Through positive reinforcement and repetition, we teach animals new behaviors. But it goes beyond that. Over time, a deep emotional bond can form between humans and their animal companions." Marek noted the confused and disconcerted expressions on the faces of many council members. This concept of a bond between sentient and non-sentient life was clearly difficult for them to grasp. As the historian watched the scene unfold, he couldn't help but feel that this moment marked a turning point in galactic politics. The other species were beginning to view humans in a new light, not as primitives, but as a potential threat to the established order. In the wake of Dixon's groundbreaking demonstration, the Galactic Council buzzed with excitement and activity. Delegations from various species clamored to learn more about the unprecedented phenomenon of human-animal communication. The elderly Lurian historian Marek recounted how a group of Zorgian scientists renowned for their cutting-edge technology, approached Dixon with a request to study his canine companion, Max. The Zorgians proposed using their advanced neural scanning devices to gain a deeper understanding of the dog's cognitive abilities. Dixon, though initially hesitant, agreed to the examination on the condition that he be present throughout the process. As the scans commenced, the results left the scientists astounded. Max's brain exhibited signs of enhanced neural connectivity and cognitive function that far surpassed the typical Earth canine. The Zorgian researchers hypothesized that the human-animal bond, cultivated over thousands of years, had actually influenced the evolutionary trajectory of certain species on Earth. News of this remarkable discovery spread like wildfire throughout the Council. Soon, delegations from every corner of the galaxy were eager to learn more about the diverse creatures that called Dixon's homeworld their own. In response to the overwhelming interest, Dixon arranged for a menagerie of Earth animals to be transported to Zephyria for further study. The arrival of dolphins, elephants, and chimpanzees, among others, created a media frenzy on the galactic stage. Journalists and scientists from countless worlds vied for the opportunity to witness the animals' extraordinary abilities firsthand. The council chamber transformed into a hub of scientific inquiry and interspecies fascination. As the council grappled with the profound implications of human-animal communication, whispers of another development began to circulate. Rumors suggested that Dixon and his team had been engaged in secret negotiations with influential council members, leveraging their newfound influence to secure advantageous trade agreements and political alliances for Earth. The revelation sent shockwaves through the council, as the delicate balance of power seemed to be shifting in humanity's favor. Some delegates expressed admiration for Dixon's shrewd maneuvering, while others viewed the development with suspicion and unease. Ambassador Zaltar, still reeling from the initial demonstration, pulled Dixon aside during a brief recess. "What exactly are you playing at, human?" the Lurian hissed, his reptilian eyes narrowing. Dixon met Zaltar's gaze with unwavering confidence. "I'm simply doing what's best for my people, Ambassador. Earth has much to offer the galactic community, and we intend to make the most of this opportunity." As the rumors of Dixon's secret negotiations spread like wildfire through the council chamber, the mood shifted from awe to outrage. Delegates from various species leapt to their feet, shouting accusations and demanding answers. "This is an outrage," bellowed the Carathian ambassador, slamming his fist on the table. "The humans have been using their animal communication abilities to gain an unfair advantage in galactic politics." The chamber erupted into chaos as more voices joined the fray, each trying to make themselves heard above the din. Amidst the pandemonium, a group of heavily armed Lurian extremists stormed into the room, led by a radical politician named Zarvok. "Nobody move," Zarvok roared, his reptilian eyes blazing with fury. "We're taking control of this council, and we won't rest until the humans share their secrets with the rest of the galaxy." The extremists quickly surrounded Dixon and several other key figures, holding them at gunpoint. The human diplomat remained calm, his eyes scanning the room for any sign of hope. Outside the chamber, Max paced restlessly, his keen senses picking up on the commotion within. The loyal dog knew his master was in danger, and he was determined to help. Seizing his moment, Max darted past the distracted Lurian guards and slipped into the room unnoticed. As the standoff intensified, Max began to bark and growl, his vocalizations taking on a strange, almost coded pattern. Dixon's eyes widened as he realized his faithful companion was trying to communicate with him. Acting on Max's cues, Dixon suddenly lunged forward, disarming Zarvok with a swift motion. The Zorgian security forces, who had been waiting for an opportunity, sprang into action, subduing the other extremists with ruthless efficiency. In the aftermath of the incident, as the council members caught their breath and tried to make sense of what had transpired, Dixon stepped forward to address the room. "Max was trained to recognize and respond to a wide range of threats," he explained, his voice steady, "including hostage situations. This is just another example of the incredible potential of human-animal communication. The revelation sent a ripple of astonishment through the gathered delegates. It was becoming increasingly clear that the humans were not just skilled communicators, but master strategists, capable of harnessing their animal allies in ways no other species had ever dreamed of. As the council began to discuss the implications of the hostage crisis, Dixon seized the moment to propose a bold new initiative. "I believe it's time for us to come together as a galactic community," he declared, his eyes sweeping the room. "I propose a joint research project aimed at understanding and harnessing the power of human-animal communication for the benefit of all sentient life." The chamber fell silent as the weight of Dixon's words sank in. It was a daring proposal, one that could reshape the very fabric of galactic society. But after the events of the past few days, anything seemed possible. Marek watched from the sidelines, his ancient eyes glinting with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. He had a feeling that this was only the beginning of a new era in galactic history, one that would be defined by the extraordinary abilities of the human race and their animal companions. In the aftermath of the tense confrontation, the Council reluctantly agreed to Dixon's bold proposal for a joint research initiative focused on human-animal communication. Despite their reservations, the allure of unlocking the secrets behind humanity's unique abilities proved too tempting to resist. As the project got underway, teams of scientists from various species worked alongside their human counterparts, studying the intricacies of interspecies communication. However, as the research progressed, an unsettling truth began to emerge. Marek, ever the keen observer, noticed discrepancies in the information being shared by the human contingent. Digging deeper, he uncovered a shocking revelation. Dixon and his team had been exploiting their animal communication skills for far more than just diplomacy. The historian confronted Dixon in a private meeting, his voice low and urgent. "You've been using your animals to spy on the Council, haven't you? Gathering sensitive information from across the galaxy?" Dixon met Marek's accusatory gaze unflinchingly. "We did what was necessary to protect Earth's interests. The galaxy is a hostile place, and we needed every advantage we could get." Word of the humans' espionage spread like wildfire through the council chambers. Outraged delegates demanded answers, feeling betrayed by the very species they had come to admire. In an emergency session, the council demanded that Dixon and his team share the full extent of their animal communication techniques and submit to strict oversight. The atmosphere was tense as all eyes fell upon the human diplomat. Dixon rose to his feet, his expression resolute. "No, this knowledge is too dangerous to be shared. In the wrong hands, it could be used to manipulate and control entire species." The council erupted into chaos, with shouts of anger and disbelief echoing through the chamber. Amidst the pandemonium, Dixon and his team made their move. In a blur of motion, they raced towards the exit, their animal companions at their heels. Council security forces moved to intercept them, but they were no match for the humans' cunning and their animals' lightning-fast reflexes. As Dixon and his team vanished into the vast expanse of space, the Council was left reeling, forced to confront the harsh reality of their own hubris. They had underestimated the humans, and now the balance of power had shifted irreversibly. Marek's voice grew somber as he recounted the final chapter of his tale. To this day, the true extent of human-animal communication remains a mystery. Some believe that Dixon and his team are still out there, pulling the strings of galactic events from the shadows. He paused, his ancient eyes filled with a mixture of awe and trepidation. Others whisper that they met their end in the uncharted reaches of space, taking their secrets to the grave. But one thing is certain: the galaxy will never be the same. The Council, once secure in their dominion over the stars, now found themselves grappling with an unsettling truth. They were no longer the undisputed masters of the cosmos. The revelation of humanity's extraordinary bond with the creatures of Earth had shattered their illusions of control, leaving them to navigate a new reality where the very foundations of their power had been called into question. You have reached the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and for every comment that says 88, I will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.